It's over. It's finally over. Finish this video and I'm done watching Earthrise. Hallelujah. Not only is this the last video where I have to watch this trash, but these are easily the two least horrible episodes of the entire show. I mean, in general they aren't good, but in comparison with the rest of the show, these are goddamn masterpieces. Honestly, episode 5 is decent television. I mean, I'm personally not a fan of the route they take with Skylings, but had the whole show been as good as episode 5, it would have been at least an acceptable series. And I mean, that's damning it with faint praise. The show at its best could have been acceptable. Honestly, I attribute that to it for once having room to breathe. In episode 5, they don't add another 7 plot points, it adds like 2 and spends the whole episode focused on those 2. And look, that's the closest to competence this shit gets. On to the end of this nightmare. We are 1 second in, and I already have a question. You guys made next to no new character models for the show. The characters this show is supposed to make you want to buy figures of? But Alpha Trion, a character who is not getting a figure, no, that's a character you need to spend time and money making a model for. And how much screen time does he have again? Oh, about 50 seconds? Fuck you. And I thought Siege was a bad commercial. Solus didn't have a staff, she had a hammer for forging. I don't even like the 13 primes and I know that much. They're safe, there, in your chest with your spark. You know, there's about 1,000,001 ways you could have written that and not had it been so confusingly worded. Nice live omission there, Optimus. It was lost through a space bridge. No, you fucking threw it through a space bridge with your own 2 hands. Way to try and make yourself not sound totally culpable for what happened. Is it too much to ask for this show to make sense? At the end of the previous episode, Optimus left Megatron to fight Scorponok. By the time Optimus made it back to his ship, the Nemesis was undocked, and before they could do anything, it fired on them, blowing up the whole station. How did Megatron get back to his ship, and how is he not cosmic dust right now? Did he somehow beat Scorponok and sprint back to the Nemesis before Prime got to the Ark? What, did the Autobots crawl to their ship? They'd be docked down the same corridor. Megatron would have had to run past them. Why is he not executing Starscream right now? I know Megatron never executed Starscream in the original series, but Starscream never fired on him with the main battery of Megatron's stolen ship. Anime pose Galvatron. I get the reference, guys, but it looked terrible. Maybe next time ask somebody if it looks silly before you release it to the world. Okay, he's just standing there now? I didn't edit that. The continuation of motion here just doesn't exist. He needed to be landing on his feet or something when we cut to him, but instead he's just standing there like he'd always been standing there. You are a blithering idiot, Prime. Who are you to judge? And also, his meaning was obvious, you moron. That was oddly impulsive there, Megatron. A guy shows up and says he's here to help you. What do? Megatron has chosen option Z, kick his ass. No arm cannon, arm cannon. No arm cannon, arm cannon. Fuck you, animation team, you suck at your jobs. In the dead universe? Cause that's not what happens. Who's the bigger threat? The guy your idiot leader didn't trust when he trusted Megatron, or the idiot who caused the apocalypse that your idiot leader also trusted? You know, if Optimus was only a better ass kicker after this point where he masters himself in the dead universe, it would have made sense. But that's not what happened. Oh wait, look, there's more of the back of Alpha Trion's head. It turns out it was worth making the stupid fucking CGI model. Oh look, Megatron was a Decepticon before he founded the faction. He already has all of his battle scars, he never got them fixed in the convenient time, and he never got new ones during the millions of years of war. Good job, you fucking hacks. Nice job justifying the spoilers in Sidebox, guys. 1 whole second of screen time. And hey look, Nemesis Prime. And again, 1 whole second of screen time. Plus, we already saw all of it in the trailer. Why am I complaining? It's more than almost any other figure got. What kind of response is that to what he just said? How do you not realize that Galvatron is you from the future? He's not exactly hiding it. Honestly, he's being pretty upfront with it. When was that ever established? Was it never? I think it was never. And also, you dodged a blast from his cannon earlier, so, what's the word? Liar? Thanks for wasting our time teaching him a power that he can only ever use here and will never be relevant again.
Unleash a flame of hatred upon them.
Oh, you referenced the hate plague? That means that it's good, right? Because you referenced G1? Fuck you. Thanks for wasting Skylings and jettisoning all potential for this interesting character in 1 episode. I sure care about his death because he was in part of 1 whole episode. If you show death, it just automatically makes your series better, right? Oh, there's a flat spot of blood on his back where he was impaled. That's adorably incompetent. Also, that disc hasn't been invented yet. How is it useful for him to know about that? Is the next season set in the 80s or prehistoric times? How the fuck does that work? If I throw my computer into a black hole, it doesn't suddenly max out its hard drives with all the information in the universe, and it's not like it has to process that before it can work again, it'd just be in memory. When did he ever say that? Also, way to steal credit for a saying as old as time, Prime, you fucking plagiarist. Then why do you hesitate to kill him 3 times in the next 20 minutes? Why is Starscream at the head of the boarding party? He's a traitor, he should be at the head of a firing squad. Yes, run at guys with projectile weapons from across the room, that's how that works. Don't shoot them with your guns suck. A hard check to the ribs will do him in.
Forgive me.
Go fuck yourself, Prime. Megatron's forgiveness is not something you should even want. It is not something he will ever give, and requiring it to satisfy your conscience before you save the universe from him makes you into a despicable piece of shit. Your conscience can take a breather if it means saving the rest of the universe from the single biggest threat it faces.
I've seen what is to come.
Then pull the trigger, right now. Fucking do it, you shit smear.
Now, tell me you forgive me.
Listen to your voice crack like the whiny teenager you are. Fuck your conscience, you've seen the future. You know what he does. Kill him, you selfish bastard!
Optimus, what are you doing?
Shooting an enemy like soldiers in a life or death fight do, you dumb fucking asshole? What does it look like? Oh no, my leader's about to kill Space Hitler and save the universe, but that's not right, there hasn't even been a trial yet! No wonder there's like 4 Autobots still alive at this point. They'd rather tackle a mass murderer and drag him before a tribunal than shoot them in an active war zone. There's your good guys being righteous and not craven murderers, and then there's this, which is bounding past all logic and reason. Soldiers who won't even kill in a war because shooting enemy combatants is bad! What saccharine bullshit is this? This is the show that's dark and gritty and therefore good? The show where the good guys don't kill because killing is wrong? This one moment infuriates me like little else can. Fuck this show. He should have seen you kill plenty of enemies by now. Fuck off. Yeah, that's what you get, dumbass. We saw the portal to the dead universe close behind the Nemesis the second it went through. How are the mercenaries coming out of it too? Maybe this is another trap like the last time you went into a base that should have been swarming with enemies. And why exactly isn't it? If that call went out globally and tricked all the Decepticons back, even if this is a trap for the Autobots, the other Decepticons don't know that. I'd like to point out these bombs they're placing are so powerful as to make the whole place go nuclear. I think you guys are done. You don't need to go deeper and place more. This is the dumbest fucking argument. I'm gonna do the thing. No, me. No, it's me. No, you doo-doo head me. How exactly is this distress call going to help you when you have the only 2 Cybertronian ships in the universe stapled to each other? Where did that breach come from? This ship has never been damaged before in the show. Do you not care that your boss is being controlled by that thing that stiffed you on your last job and has nothing but contempt for you? You clearly know about it. How did you get through that hole they were fixing and get behind them, especially when you would have been sucked out into space? They had tethers. You didn't. You know, you could have explained him getting stronger by having him use his powered-up form from the toy. You also didn't need him to be stronger to beat Aelita 1. I would have believed you if you just said that the bad guy won the fight. It's not like either of them was ever established as a master of hand-to-hand combat. Why did they capture everyone but Chromia? Also, notice that Flywheels isn't there at all. That's going to be important later. You deserve that, you dumb fucking bastard. Here's an idea, Megatron. Shoot him in the face, then take the Matrix. Save us from this moron version of Optimus Prime. What was that face? Why do they seem to think that the bombs on a timer is a bluff? Shouldn't they have been observing them while they were invisible? Where were they the entire fucking time the Autobots were setting the explosives? It's like they popped into existence after Aelita accessed the computer. Hey look, clear signs of emotion. Fuck you, writer. Shut up, stop wasting my time with useless interactions. Remember last season when Cog was shot and like a third of his torso was gone? But no, a tiny stab wound with an organic tentacle, that's way more lethal. I'd be lying if I said watching Cog beg his friends to stop firing on the ship he's on while he slowly bleeds to death did make me feel some sympathy for him. But I'd also be lying if I said I still wasn't angry as hell at this moment because he should have no way of knowing his crewmates have control of the Decepticon guns. He was sucked into space before the Autobots and the Decepticons started working together. All he should know is the Decepticons are firing on the ship he's on, and there's no reason they would stop because of him asking them to. But the writer isn't smart enough to realize the characters don't know everything he does. Just because you know the Autobots have control of the Nemesis doesn't mean Cog knows. Well, watching this is useless because she explodes in just about 1 minute. Why did Chromia just intentionally murder the person who helped her earlier in the show and was surrendering? You'd think the showrunners would have made him the person who just shot her, but he wasn't even there. He was just standing guard over here. This is probably another casualty of the crap they had to cut out because the script the idiot wrote was too long. They were probably supposed to have some kind of rivalry. They needed to have their handcuffs shot off so they could run. Oh wow, no wonder they didn't bother showing the transformations most of the time. Why did she have Coyote time there? She floated for like a full second before gravity started working on her. I love how apparently the bombs were so big, even moving full speed away from the explosion from their observation point in alt mode is not fast enough to get away from the explosion. 1. Why did you use so many if they were so powerful? Did you need to tear the planet a new asshole? 2. Why didn't you leave sooner? 3. Why didn't Jetfire just fly the fuck away? They fucked up so bad here. Everyone on Cybertron is dead now, and it was a gigantic waste of time to spend any of it with them. Everyone is either going to have to be implausibly okay from that, or they are going to have to waste more of our time next season with a time travel plot to save all of these superfluous characters. Optimus wasn't Optimus because he had the Matrix, he was Optimus because he was rebuilt. I'm so sick of Orion Pax looking exactly like Optimus. That's not what the Matrix looks like, you lazy bastards. What's so hard about making crystals? Boy, I love how a piece of pipe almost put Megatron in the ground earlier this season, but a dozen gunshots from 10 feet away are little more than bee stings to him. You ran past him while he wasn't fighting back. Run up to him, shoot him, turn around, and shoot Prime. That was patently stupid looking. Too bad you didn't kill him when you repeatedly had the chance. You don't have shields, dumbass. They literally just said it to you 5 seconds ago.
Shields aren't responding!
It is astonishing how much better this bit looks than the rest of the show. My only hope at this point was that the rest of this was so shit so they could save their budget and resources for Kingdom. And that's not half of what I have to say, but it's enough of what I have to say. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.